regards to credibility, we must just inform people well what is
Mm.
facts from facts from those parang haka-haka lang, or what is alam naman natin that there are certain practices from old ways that are
Mhm.
still present nowadays, no?
Right.
So evidence-based as a
Mm.
physician, as a health worker, though hindi ko naman ini-invalidate yung ibang health physicians, mga physicians na dual belief nila with regards to giving healthcare. But we must give what is factual, what is evidence-based, so that credibility natin as a physician mas stronger. Alam naman natin na pinapaniwalaan tayo ng mga pasyente with regards to
Correct.
promoting health. So,
Correct.
yun, dapat evidence-based and factual.
Hi everyone, welcome to Presence Matters. Today, our guest is Dr. Von Andre Aposaga, a healthcare professional with a remarkable journey, from nurse to rural physician to public health leader in Negros Occidental. Dr. Aposaga holds an MD, a Master of Public Health, and additional certifications in family medicine and health administration. But what really sets him apart is how he's applied those skills. After serving as a rural doctor in far-flung communities, he now leads efforts to fight tuberculosis, promote universal health care, and champion digital health solutions in his province. In our chat, we'll explore how Dr. Aposaga's journey from bedside care to health policy making gives him a unique perspective. His dedication to making healthcare accessible, whether treating patients or shaping programs, is truly inspiring. This conversation will resonate with medical students, healthcare professionals, and the general public alike. You won't want to miss the insights he has to share. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon, Dr. Vaughn. Thank you for joining us in our interview series called Presence Matters, where we interview healthcare and wellness leaders like yourself to talk about your profession and how you handle your online and offline presence.
Good
Now,
afternoon.
thank you, Doc. Dr. Vaughn, could you tell me about your unique journey? You started as a nurse to a rural physician to public health leader. What motivated your path into medicine and public?
Okay. So once again po, good afternoon, Sir Joseph. Actually po, I started as a nurse way back 2012. I graduated 2012 with my bachelor's degree in nursing. After I graduated, I passed the boards. Then volunteer muna ako as emergency room nurse at one of the private hospital here in Bacolod, Negros Occidental.
Mm-hmm.
Then after that, parang napag-isip ko, parang gusto kong maiba muna nung pathway. So I went to Manila, applied for yung sanang nurse corps in the army. I passed the the qualifying exam, pero pag-isip ko na rin na, kasi medyo risky rin siya. So I went back here
Mm-hmm.
in Bacolod. Um, I Yun nga, nag-enroll ako Doctor of Medicine nung 2014 at Iloilo Doctors College of Medicine at Iloilo City. Then after that, after graduating 2018, took the boards, yun nga, pinapala, pumasa. Doon, initially, gusto ko sanang mag-internal medicine, mag-residency training as internal medicine. Kaso, nakita ko sa post ng Department of Health na they are opening doctors to the bar, yun ang program nila. So, I grabbed the opportunity na apply ako. Luckily, I passed all the qualifying exams na accept ako as doctors to the bar program. Also, open na area dito mismo sa Negros Occidental, which is just adjacent to where I am living sa municipality of Murcia. Pumasok ako by 2020, year 2020 at the start and height of the pandemic as the uh, Dr. Sidobario, Rural Health Physician in Murcia Health Office at the municipality of Murcia, Negros Occidental. Yun nga,
Mm-hmm.
as we all know, alam mo naman kung gaano kahirap yung pinagdaanan natin na pandemic starting
Yes,
2020
so
until
much.
2023.
Mm.
So, yun. hinarap namin lahat yon as community doctors. Pagkatapos nun, 3 years lang kasi yung contract namin with Department of Health as a
Mm.
rural health physician. After then, na-employ muna ako as medical doctor din doon sa Municipality of Murcia as medical doctor, parang consultant for the community again. Doon medyo na-broaden na rin yung yung knowledge and yung experience ko with regards to public health. Kasi nga,
Mm.
I mostly handle public health programs. Title ko na CPCFP or Certified Family Physician for Family Medicine. Yun nga, after a year, 3 my contract ended with the Municipality Health Office. Then I applied here, dental, and luckily nakapasok. Initially, I was assigned with two programs. First is the tuberculosis, yung National Tuberculosis Control Program and the National Voluntary Blood Services Act or program. I mostly handle yung dalawang program na yun. So, yun, mostly journey ko and I've learned how to love public health since then kasi yung experience ko with the
Wow.
community and public health parang deepen pa with my experience, especially nung pandemic.
Wow. Thank you for sharing your journey, Doc. So, what drew you again into programs like Doctors to the Barrio, and how did those early years shape your philosophy as a health professional?
Um, what drew me kasi ah, parang kasi ako parang gusto kong mag-explore with regards to how I can gain my experience on how I can practice my profession. So sabi ko, yun nga, sabi ko initially gusto kong mag-residency program, internal medicine. But then, um, nakita ko yung post nung Department of Health na meron silang opening na Doctors to the Barrio program nun. So, tinry ko siya. Sinabi ko na why not? Why not help the community first where I started and where I can practice my profession at all
Mm.
ages.
Okay, thank you for sharing that, Doc. Now, can you also share a defining moment from your work in the field? Perhaps a story from Murcia or the TB program that reaffirmed your mission?
Siguro sir, parang halos everyday, yung parang almost every day is a defining moment for me with regards to
Mm.
my practice in the profession. Every day, kumukonsulta ako halos 50 to 100 patient per day dun sa
Wow.
rural health unit ng Municipality of Murcia. It is just a small, taking note that municipality lang siya and 80,000 yung population niya and the only every day almost 50 to 100 patient yung kinukonsulta ko doon and makikita mo sa mga patient talaga na parang they have nowhere to go. And this is just the only facility na naki-cater sa kanila when it comes to their most common health needs. Kasi medyo mahirap yung referral with regards to hospital referral nung pandemic times. Why not i-broaden ko yung experience ko with public health? Kasi mas marami pa lang mas nangangailangan dito sa baba. Why not na bakit kailangan pa nilang pumunta ng ospital if dito sa
Mm.
baba ma-address na natin yung health needs nila with regards to the prevention, the National Tuberculosis Control Program. I supervise the health facilities with ng buong Negros Occidental. And nakikita
Mm.
namin na problematic yung National Tuberculosis Control Program with regards to health financing, with regards to the implementation. So, parang nasabi ko na there's something I can do for the program na pwede ko siyang i-elevate, pwede ko siyang parang mapaganda pa through what I learned with public health.
Okay. Thank you for sharing again, Doc. So you mentioned earlier that you're a part of the regional TB Medical Advisory Committee.
Yes, sir.
What?
It
Mm.
parang kaka-start pa lang kasi NIR kami ngayon. It is a new region and kaka-establish lang nung Center for Health Development, Negros Island region dito na Department of Health. So
Mm.
as part of the tuberculosis control program, we elected officials for the regional TB map. This will be a council na kasi yung drug sensitive, tuberculosis, and drug resistant. Yung drug resistant kasi na TB, yun yung mga patient na hindi na siya nadadala dun sa tinatawag naming mga first line drugs. So they put up
I
a
see.
council na medyo tututok mismo doon sa mga cases.
Okay. Now, how does your team at the Negros Occidental Provincial Health Office approach sustainability, especially with limited LG resources and decentralization?
Yes, sir. With regards to the program implementation, medyo mahirap talaga yung yung sustainability, especially that yung tuberculosis control program, yung gamot is hindi pa siya devolved, meaning hindi pa siya kayang bilhin nung mga local government units. Kung
Mm-mm.
makakabili rin lang naman sila, konti-konti lang, hindi naman sapat yung pang-anim na buwan na gamutan.
Mm-mm.
So we rely more on what the Department of Health Central Office give us with regards to the medications. Most of the time, mahirap kasi konti yung gamot na dumadating dito for Negros Occidental. Sapat lang siya to cover some, at least 50 to 60% of the confirmed TB cases. And what I usually do here is um, sinisecure ko na ilabi talaga with the provincial government of Negros Occidental yung health financing. Kailangan
Mm-mm.
meron akong sariling budget for the TB program implementation. Nanghihingi ako ng karagdagang budget para makabili
Yeah.
ako ng gamot ko, 'no, para
Mm-mm.
i-augment ko dun sa local government units. And
Mm-mm.
also, I advocate with the local government unit na dapat meron silang policy or ordinance with appropriation na
Mm-mm.
parang, um, kapag kasi meron silang ordinance or policy na with appropriation, meron silang makukuhang budget para makabili sila ng gamot in times na hindi makakarating agad-agad yung gamot para sa TB. And siyempre, PhilHealth, we encourage them to really process well their PhilHealth claims kasi pandagdag
Yeah.
yun sa bibilhin nilang gamot or parang pandagdag yun sa kanilang operating expenses with regards to
Right.
program implementation.
Okay. I believe that health promotion is one of your key priorities, ano, Doc?
Yes.
What strategies are working best to help communities not just learn about TB but also act?
As we all know ngayon, sir, no, with the implementation of the universal healthcare, we are
Mm-mm.
more on the preventative side of the health.
Mm.
So, doctors to the barrio ako na akong concept na parang sinusunod ko um, with regards to how I can implement a program well. I call it parang Know, Learn, Act, Treaties, Trace, Test, Treat. Yung Know,
Mm.
Learn, Act, as we all know, people are just mostly aware of what a disease, pero hindi nila alam kung ano yung yung ganitong sakit.
Mm.
Alam lang nila na merong TB, merong tuberculosis, pero hindi nila alam kung paano ba nata-transmit yung TB, paano nakukuha, ano yung mga causes ng TB, ano bang pwede nilang gawin para maiwasan yung tuberculosis, paano nila ma-avoid. As at the side of the healthcare worker, kung tinatawag na TTs, TTs na trace, test, treat.
Mm.
Kasi yung trace, yung ginagawa namin mostly, which is tinitrace natin yung mga symptomatic patients, no,
Uh-huh.
na pwedeng magkaroon pwedeng merong TB, i-test natin sila through X-ray, through yung
Mm.
gene expert, and yung treat, siyempre mas importante. So, para sa akin,
Yes.
parang yung concept ko na no learn act, no, is a robust way of implementing yung parang not just awareness but also giving information on how they can act with regards to the disease. And as for the healthcare workers, how we can simplify tracing, testing, and treating this kind of diseases.
Thank you, Doc. Now, you've earned multiple graduate degrees while still working in government health. What role does ongoing education play in staying effective as a physician and policymaker?
Yes, yun nga, as kung makikita niyo sir sa parang merong madaming addition na din sa name ko 'no. So,
Yes.
first, uh, I graduated as a Master's in Public Health in
Mm,
PUP. Then after nun parang, ah, I process nung Certified, Primary Care Family Physician ko, under the Philippine Academy of Family Physician.
mm,
Then, yung Master's in Management ko naman in Public Health Administration. As of the moment, I am also currently taking naman yung parang certification as hospital administration and a diploma course in healthcare leadership management. Siguro for me, kasi natutunan ko na medicine and public health is a continuing education. I am currently nga taking my another course no in the diploma in
wow.
healthcare leadership and management. And
Mm,
for me, health is a continuous change. So I need also to broaden and learn more expertise when it comes to public health implementation. Kasi gusto ko na how I can be an effective leader when it comes to public health implementation, and not just with regards to handling programs, but also how to handle people. Kasi meron akong mga direct reports na hinahawakan. Meron akong mga staff rin na nurture ko and kinakapacitate ko on how they can further be an effective program implementers. So as for
mm.
me, parang I see fit na dapat din ako capable as a public health leader. So I continue studying, taking courses on how I can improve and be an effective leader.
Paka-inspiring yun, ang sipag niyo mag-aral. How important is collaboration across disciplines naman, Doc, with regards to medicine, LGUs, and civil society when tackling diseases like TB and addressing health equity?
Health alone cannot stop these diseases. Kailangan natin ng other agencies na makakatulong sa atin when it comes to handle or fight a certain disease. Example, just recently, meron kaming NGO which is the International Christ Ministry na NGO which collaborate with us with regards to the tuberculosis program implementation. So we talk about it, paano ba natin ma-implement ng mabuti yung program implementation knowing that first how financing, medyo dun tayo
Mm.
mababa, especially with regards to the TB medications. So we have come to an agreement just recently. We will do, as part of the implementation, kami dito sa Provincial Health Office, we will do yung mga active case findings using the mobile X-ray van. Staff namin yung gagamitin, and if ever na merong madidetect or kakaroon ng mga positive cases dun sa baba, dun sa mga LGU, they will handle the TB medication. Sila yung magsusupport. This is an augmentation dun sa ibibigay ng Department of Health. So, on process ngayon yung parang memorandum of agreement namin with regards to this collaboration. And also, kasi iisipin natin that a disease is just not a disease alone. Let's imagine it as a pizza pie ba sir, na merong 8 slices. So every part of the slice is a social parang determinants of health na kapag hindi
Right.
buo yung pizza na yon, yung slice ng pizza na yon, hindi ka magkakaroon ng sakit.
Mm,
So dapat natin siyang isipin as a system, as a whole.
that is so true.
Yes, and multi-sectoral dapat kasi ginagawa naman on our part, ginagawa naman namin yung lahat with regards to our program implementation. So what can
Mm,
other agencies collaborate with us, help us on with regards to our public health implementation? So
wow.
importante talaga na multi-sectoral tayo.
Yes, that's true. Thank you for that. Now, here at Tatakmo, we work with healthcare professionals like you po to help them build a strong digital footprint because public trust is shaped not just by how you serve offline, but how you're perceived and found online. So that's what Presence Matters, this interview series is all about. Now, as someone like you managing both field work and policy making, how do you use platforms like LinkedIn or public content to educate or advocate?
Yes. So, parang ibe-base ko lang siya sir dun sa program ko 'no.
Mm.
I
Sige po.
created, a Facebook page, yung
Mm.
NTP Negros, parang NTP Negros, Facebook page. Dun sa
Okay.
NTP Facebook page ko, dun ko pino-post, aside from my LinkedIn account, dun ko pino-post lahat nung mga activities, dun ah, yung mga ano, paano man yung mga health advocacies na ginagawa, especially health promotion. I use this
Yes.
platform in order to reach people na we cannot usually reach through a person-in-person contact. And
Right.
in that way, health promotion is not just face to face but also through digital platforms. And if you can see dun sa mga post ko dun sa especially sa LinkedIn account ko, they are
Yes po.
more on the programs that I handle, the tuberculosis program and the blood program. So that way
Mm.
I can boost health promotion if kung sino man yung maabot.
That's very good. Now, what advice would you give fellow physicians, especially those working in public health, about using their online presence to build credibility and trust?
With regards to credibility, we must just inform people well what is
Mm.
facts from those
Facts talaga.
uh
Mm.
mm, from those parang haka-haka lang, or what is alam naman natin that there are certain practices from old ways that are
Mhm.
still present nowadays, no?
Right.
So evidence-based dapat kami as a
Mm.
physician, as a health worker. Though hindi ko naman ini-invalidate yung ibang health physicians na dual yung belief nila with regards to giving healthcare. But
Mm.
we must give what is factual, what is evidence-based so that yung credibility natin as a physician mas stronger ka talaga, and mas alam naman natin na pinapaniwalaan tayo ng mga pasyente with regards to
Correct.
promoting health. So,
Correct.
yun, dapat evidence-based and factual lang talaga tayo.
Thank you, Doc. Now, if a health worker wanted to create more visibility around their local projects, where do you think they should start?
Ah, Siguro sir, in this digital era, this is a more common platform for more visibility is using social media platforms like this.
Mhm.
And like this also sir, yung sa'yo no, yung mga media contents na like this with us today, interviews. Uh,
Yes.
Kasi dito sa amin yung health promotion unit namin as of today is using also radio stations and media platforms on how they can reach people that are yun nga, not reachable in person. So for me siguro sir, in this digital era, using social medias is a wise, more effective siya reaching, not just here in Negros, not just for the Philippines
Mhm.
and even outside of our boundaries. No? So parang
Mhm.
we can use these digital platforms for visibility.
Thank you for your advice, Doc. Now, looking ahead, what's your vision for the future of public health in Negros Occidental or in the Philippines as a whole?
Siguro sir, dito muna with regards to Negros then,
Mm.
uh, aside from being a program manager for the tuberculosis control program, a program manager for the blood services program, I also handle one of the sub-provincial health system. Kasi yung
Mm.
Negros ngayon is a universal healthcare integration site. And I handle the central sub-provincial health system.
Mm.
So ini-envision ko na all of Negros will be a universal healthcare implemented site where the vision is lessen yung out-of-pocket expenses, especially ng mga patient.
Mm.
Makikater siya ng mga health facilities with regards to their most health concerns.
Uh-huh.
And lahat makaka-access, yung availability, accessibility, affordability ng healthcare will be for all. As we all
Mhm.
know, sa ngayon, medyo problematic siya kasi
Yeah.
healthcare financing is very a big challenge for us.
It's so true. Now, what keeps you motivated naman po, Doc, in the face of systemic challenges?
Siguro sir, just knowing that what I do is not just for me, but also for the constituent that I serve and for
Mhm.
the people na kailangan talaga ng tulong with regards to
Yeah.
public health implementation. Siguro iniisip ko na kahit gaano kahirap, kahit gaano siya katasking with yung public health program, alam namin or alam ko na at the end of the day, there are people that benefits what I do, and
Mm.
this contributes to their overall health. Parang yun yung isa sa motivation ko why I continually do and be a public health program implementer.
Very inspiring, Doc. Now, how can more Filipinos, especially the younger generation, get involved in public health service?
Have access with regards to healthcare services that are available, accessible,
Mhm.
affordable at their own localities. Kailangan lang siguro nila sir malaman what are the available services na maaabot nila, makakaya
Mm.
nilang abutin, accessible sa kanila, and what na hindi naman sila mag-aalinlangan na kunin itong mga serbisyo dahil for most, alam naman natin, they are hesitant to avail these health services due to uh, pera.
Yeah,
So parang
financial
it's
restrictions. Opo.
financial. So orientation with regards to how they can avail services deep down, dun sa grassroots.
So basically, it's just education and awareness.
Yes, sir. Not just basically awareness, but robust dapat yung knowledge at their own level. Alam nila kung ano yung mga basic services na andun, ano ang pwede nilang gawin para ma-avail yung mga basic services, and
Mhm.
ano yung mga kailangan nila gawin para makakuha sila ng ganong mga serbisyo.
Thank you, Doc. Now, before we end, can you tell our viewers how to follow your work, and connect with your efforts? Aside from LinkedIn, saan pa po nila kayo pwedeng makita?
Yes. So as of the moment, I only have two social media platforms. Three. My own personal account, which I usually use naman din for posting with regards to health din. Then yung
Mm.
PHO Facebook page profile ko with regards to the tuberculosis program, and yung LinkedIn account ko na Von Andre din. So I usually use and I mostly use this account para mag-post to help boost health promotion and prevention.
All right. Thank you very much, Doc, for your time. Our pleasure po, Doc, to have you in our series.
In order also to make people aware na public health takes part in a very big part kung ka nga. Kasi without public health, hindi naman tayo kailangan pumunta ng hospital kung at the grassroots level na address na sa with regards to public health. I'm very thankful, sir, na you have given me this opportunity para ma-share yung mga knowledge and experiences ko with regards to public health implementation.
It's my pleasure, and I'm sure a lot of people, especially healthcare and wellness professionals, matututunan nila kung ano po yung ginagawa ninyo, and they could apply it into their own profession. Thank you again po very much, Dr. Von.
Connect with Tatakmo and explore more stories of healthcare and wellness success online, because presence matters.